Hello everyone. Welcome to TELLS Videtionary. Today, July 7th, our word of the day is digress. D-I-G-R-E-S-S. Digress. Digress is a 7-letter word and a verb. Remember, verbs show action, occurrence, or state of being. Digress means to move away from the main subject you are writing or talking about and to write or talk about something else. In other words, leave the main subject temporarily in speech or writing or do not stay on topic, to go off on a tangent. If we're talking about science fiction and suddenly go off on a long tangent about the cost of grape soda, you digress. When a person digresses, they stray from the topic. It's easy to understand why you digressed from the main topic. You were incredibly excited, speeding on caffeine, and, let's face it, you've never been at a loss for words. Don't get me wrong. I love your wanderings, how you drift from one topic to the next, letting your mind explore. The problem was that the meeting was running late, and there was no time to let you digress. I had to pull you back to the main topic. I didn't want our potential new partners to understand that these digressions were typical. Digress is a verb that means to move away from the main topic or subject of discussion. It is a common word used in formal and informal settings, and knowing how to use it correctly in a sentence is essential. Here are some tips on how to use the word digress in a sentence. Use it to indicate a change in topic. When you want to change the subject of a conversation, you can use the word digress to indicate that you are moving away from the main topic. For example, I don't mean to digress, but have you heard about the new restaurant that just opened up? Use it to acknowledge a tangent. If you or someone else has gone off on a tangent during a discussion, you can use the word digress to acknowledge that the conversation has strayed from the main point. For example, sorry to digress, but I just wanted to clarify something you said earlier. Use it to redirect the conversation. If you want to steer the conversation back to the main topic, you can use the word digress to remind everyone of the original subject. For example, let's not digress too much. We still need to discuss the budget for next quarter. Use it to show respect for the topic. When you use the word digress, you show that you value the importance of staying on topic and respecting the purpose of the conversation. For example, I don't want to digress too much, as this is an important issue we must address. Use it to add emphasis. If you want to emphasize the importance of staying on topic, use the word digress to make your point. For example, we need to stay focused on the main issue and not digress into other topics. In conclusion, the word digress is helpful to know and use in various settings. Whether you are having a casual conversation with friends or participating in a formal business meeting, knowing how to use this word correctly can help you communicate more effectively and stay on topic. Remember to use it to indicate a change in topic, acknowledge a tangent, redirect the conversation, show respect for the topic, and add emphasis. Similar words include deviate, go off at a tangent, diverge, turn aside, turn away, depart, drift, stray, ramble, wander, meander, maunder, get off the subject. Examples of sentences using digress are: you digress to avoid talking about the real problem. I need you to stay on subject and not digress. Let me digress for a moment and explain what had happened previously. Because abortion is difficult for me to talk about, I will digress from this topic. I briefly digress from our discussions and remind you that the train leaves at 10 o'clock. Whenever we asked about Jane's father, she would give me a bogus answer and digress onto something else. Make sure to save this new word, digress, so you can practice using it in your everyday sentences.
That's all for today. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you learned something new. Remember, practice makes perfect, and we'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment after every video. All comments are welcome. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you receive similar videos every day. Have a fulfilling day. See you tomorrow. Cheers!